Well, hello and welcome to FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, episode 2, game week 2 review, and ups and downs, and ended at a very big meh, especially Bruno Fernandes there. I had the free hit of them in and captained them the whole lot and absolutely completely fluid. I was in Fulham, was in the pub called the Temperance and all just waiting for that peno and skied, and I just walked out. Finished half a pint right there, and I just walked out, and I just went back to the ground, so the cottage or the whatever it's called, back to Fulham, and just waited, listening to the radio for the second half. They scored, didn't they? Yeah, it's just I haven't even seen the second half highlights. I just can't be bothered. 1-1. All I know that first half was just um, a tantalizing sort of glimpse of what Cunha could be. And Mbumo seems to be stuck out the right, not really involved in the play. Cunha is they say false number nine, but he can hold the ball up and he could grow into that role. So yeah, not Ahmed started in out the left, didn't he? But he got subbed. Wasn't very happy. Kobe Manu is just miffed off. United have like three number tens, and Bruno very very disappointed. So the game we could have been unbelievable. Could have been really really good. Bruno did get his two combo assistant points, defensive contributions, but yeah. What else? So it's the 26th of August, game week 2. We'll have a look. Um, yeah, we'll have a look anyway. We'll just share the old screen, and we'll wrap up this as quick as I can. And it feels like a Monday to Tuesday. We've just had a bank holiday over here. This game week 3 coming up is a funny one. The fixtures again aren't really conducive. That's why I did the free hit. I thought it would be a good idea to get all the Gooners in, and I had no Arsenal, and it all looked amazingly well, didn't this? With Saka scoring, and then he goes off after 53 minutes. It's just shocking, like awful bad luck with the free hit. I had the right players. It's just that they let me down. Bruno let me down massively. Saka has gone off injured, which is a shocker. Apparently, Saka is going to be out for about 3 to 4 weeks, and we have game week 3 coming up and game week 4, but international break, and he could be back. Saka could be back for game week 5, so it's not completely disastrous. Palmer's gone for a scan today on his groin or whatever it is that forced him out during the warm up against West Ham away, and we'll know more. Obviously, he will know more in the next weeks. For me, I don't know if I should calm down or just go all in and just. No point doing a wild card into Arsenal and Liverpool this game week. A lot of people will think about doing a free hit because the fixtures are awful tricky to. Could I get the fixtures up here at all? Um, yeah, 2.8. I've gone down from where I was about 2 million last time. So I don't know, average points was 54, and I think I got less 51. That's game week. Yeah, one. Yeah, there's a tab here. You can just press to go next. Yeah. It's a bit clunky, this new format that they have. It's completely different. But there's a lot of info, I suppose. It looks a lot cleaner. So 51 and 51, that safety thing is a load of baloney. Really, you need to have about 4 or 5 points above the safety to not get a red. I don't care what anyone says. Very poor game. It could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better. So the free hit didn't. I was looking at. That's why I was in this game week 1, because I was totting up the points. I would have got about 56 points if I stuck with no free hit, because I would have had Joao Pedro in there. I would have had Gakpo against Newcastle. Verts now is in big trouble. Loads of people getting rid of it. He looks brilliant. Like he does pass the eye test, but he doesn't get any FPL points. He is involved in the play, but he's a passenger at the moment, FPL wise. It's all about points. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have the best player in the whole world, but it's no good. There's a difference between being an amazing, talented player that's on the ball all the time and makes everything work, and one that just gets your FPL points, like Chris Wood here in game week 1. Blanked in game week 2, fair enough, but I'll have all this team back. I've got rid of Marmoush now for Cunha, so that was a straight. I've lost 0.1 in him, but he's just he started, he went off again after 53 minutes. It's a complete joke in game week 2. City all over the place, nowhere near Tottenham at all, nowhere near competitively. 50-50 balls, work rate off the ball, amount of mileage covered on the pitch, kilometers, per player. It's City were nowhere near it. And Haaland did miss a sitter, but he can be like that. And people have captained him. And there you go. He's this is, I'm not going to get Haaland in anyway. I think he's too much money. You need to get, for a player like that, you need to be getting hatties and braces, and he's not doing it. He's not getting at the minute. He could not quite. Okay, so what's a Brighton away next for City? I still don't fancy anyone against Brighton or against Fulham or now Brentford with Andrews. Everyone seems to be able to get a win. So I'd more like to target West Ham. I forget who. It's somebody now, because is it Forest that have West Ham next? That's a possibility, and I've got 3 for that: Sells, Milenkovic, and Wood. So I'm going to stick faith in Bowen, although I think he's gone down again and his price dropped again, or is he's scheduled to go up or down tonight, Bowen. But I'm going to keep him anyway. I keep Verts. He's scheduled to go. He's dropped already in price. He's down to 8.4. I don't care. I'll keep anyway. Cucurella's been brilliant. I had him in my free hit. He's the sort of player that I'm not going to get rid for the whole season. He's a stick and keep. Gakpo's been unbelievable, so keep him. So I think I'm happy. I've seen a few free hits, so. Pedro's in the free hits for game week 3. Gakpo, but definitely Joao Pedro would have seen in a few, and obviously Salah will be in most of them. And I like this Ndiaye, and I'll be starting him and playing him all the time. I don't care. I just have a hunch. I just wish I had him in me thing, and the free hit. I was 50-50 on keeping him in the free hit, and I went against it. Kept Palmer, and I did other things in it. As you can see, it's just, I went. The problem is I went with the even Nielsen. That's the reason why I didn't go with Ndiaye. Unfortunately, I thought even Nielsen would have done something at home to Wolves, but it seems to me that these number 9s, false number 9s, they do a lot of donkey work and work, linking with midfield and the whole lot, and they're losing their modus operandi, which is to score goals. So they basically make runs and make it easier for the wide wing or someone coming deep to do more. That's what I think Evan Nielsen's all about. Now, if they get penalties, fair enough, but Clive will be back soon if he's not back already, and he'll be taking pen. So I won't be getting even Nielsen anytime soon. Very disappointed with Watkins. A complete joke. I don't know where Villa are. And I wouldn't have any of them in my team, anywhere near my team. I don't know where they're going. They're getting rid of all their players. Have it. You can have them. So yeah, I had idiot that came off the bench for me. Cesar Ronaldo. He should have been my second sub. But it being lazy or lack of thinking, I'm sure Palmer would start. I didn't bother even doing that tiny little change, and that would have made me 4 points. So it's another blow after blow, but Semenyo came through at least a bit. Dorgu, that was a fun thing. I just fancy Dorgu. He was close again. He gets in amazing positions down that left. Yeah, Saka could have been so much more. I didn't have Bruno captain. Okay, I forgot, but I had him captain in the Sun Dream team. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute, which I'm doing way better. I just naturally better Sun Dream team without even trying. And this is what I want to be good at. So yeah, that's what happened there. Anyway, it's I feel like I've wasted the chip, but still, it's over 50 points. Any game week over 50. If you can average 50 every game week, they say, well, you're maybe not winning FPL, but you're definitely proper. What you can just add up the scores there. Like, what's the 50 points, 38 game weeks. What do you do is to get 100, you divide sort of 1,950. I don't know if it's around that. Let's say 40, 10, 500, 2. Yeah, it's about 19, whatever it is. That's not doing anything in FPL. You need to be averaging a lot more than that. But yeah, the game is back in the old days. Now that was I think you'd be needing to get averages of 75, 70, whatever. But that's it. Going forward, I'm not sure. At least Saka's out of the team anyway. I only had him free hitted in. A lot of people will have to sort Saka out, which is a bummer for loads of us there that have got Saka in. Gyökeres looking good, but as they said, the guys, Liverpool, at least Liverpool are at home to Arsenal, and we saw with Arsenal they're a very good defence, but with United, if they're going to give up that amount of chances, um, to Liverpool, I don't think it. I think they will concede. And did very well against Leeds, of course, ran out 5-0 winners. Um, yeah, I thought there was something a bit more about Leeds, especially in the first half, but then they just a deluge, and that was that. So yeah, I'll keep with the. Yeah, it's really all about defenders this season at the minute. It's the high profile defenders are really winning out. So I'll keep Palmer in the team for now. I think Gakpo should be starting really. And maybe I shouldn't be fancying Bowen against that forced defense, especially when I'm looking to Gakpo's massive assists. Verts, we'll see anyway. Come off the bench if Palmer's not playing. I was just thinking like, why don't you captain Palmer? But so like that's why I got Cunha in for Marmoush. So I should be captaining him really. I'll give him a go. I really, really, I really like my friend Cunha, and the team is called Cunha Pasta and Buemo. So why not cancel that whatever I was doing. Yeah, that's how you do captain, right? So the vice can go on Joao. Yeah, Joao's good. He's going to go up in price. So I just think Fulham are another tricky team after seeing them. They're just, it's all. I think it's really about the manager, Marco Silva, and he's got like, he's just something about that manager, and he can find a way, and he can stifle, and it's still a derby, and they mightn't have Palmer. We'll see, but then again, without Palmer, Pedro playing in that number 10 role and Liam Delap up front and all that width left and right. Now, West Ham obviously haven't been ready for the start of the season at all. So they might get their act together somewhere down the line. So it might be like a false sort of sense of security that the Chelsea boys are going to kill it all over. But, because they started off well, did have the draw at the beginning, which was a shocker. The 0-0, couldn't believe it. Captain Palmer again, he done me. He'd probably do me again here now, won't he? He'll come off the bench. I don't know. Verts has got a click sometime, doesn't he? Yeah, that's the thing. I'll see how it goes. That's it anyway. That's wow. I was thinking about a trip captain on Cunha or Wood because I've gone all out and totally gone Lula. So let's have a look. Sun Dream Team. Um, yeah, what if any of you are following that? Um, but yeah, I had Fernandez captain this week. You have only 11 players, but now there's a new chip called a substitution chip. So this was handy when we found out the um, the news by himself that Palmer wasn't starting. You have the option after that game. That game was over on Friday. I was able to go into this substitute chip. You have five of them, so I've used up one already, and I brought in Saka, and that he was playing on the Saturday. So as long as you make that move, as long as there's a game still left, so if it's the last game and your man doesn't play, that's it. You're going to get 0 points out of it. Now the catch of this chip is if you've got a captain, if he's your captain or whatever. Say if he's your vice captain and your captain doesn't play or something, this you won't get the points there. So that was 8 extra points, but now I'll get Palmer back now for the next game week for the Sun, so I get rid of him. Ndiaye, big fan, love to have. I was transferred in Tarkowski and Semenyo, but I got rid of Porro, didn't I? Because he's playing City, so that's moot. I don't even look to see how much I've lost in that, but it could have been worse. And the other dude, I think, was I forget who I transferred out there. So Mateta, oh, it was Sar, and Sar ended up scoring, didn't he? So it's a hit and miss here and there. So, but one way I'm going to look at it is at least I'm on the form players, and I've got the nose close to the trough anyway, points wise in the Sun. So there's only a round of Carabao Cup games to go. I'm just having a quick look at this. Probably go with Bruno again, feck it all in. So it's Burnley. And there you go. So pretty happy enough with, although, yeah, it looks like Haaland's gone up in price, up 0.7, 0.2 million. So yeah, I'm not too bothered because there's another round of game week 2 isn't over for the Sun Dream Team, so there's more yet. There's like Bruno against Grimsby. I don't know if that's Mansfield or It's probably Man City, maybe. Everton or is it Man City? No, I don't think they'll be playing a Prem club yet. Mansfield, yeah. Yeah, not at this stage. It's only so look, they probably won't play Bruno, probably won't play Ndiaye. Okay, fair enough. Tarkowski might play though against Mansfield. And Bowen might play against Wolves just to get a bit of momentum. West Ham can't afford any more bad results. Potter's under pressure here, and Brentford's a proper game for. So not all these guys will start, but some might get on, and you just don't know. So the game week isn't over. So that's what I like about the Sun Dream Team. Just explain more about the chips if you're into it. There's nothing else. Okay, I need to go to the next page. I see. I'm doing okay in the work now, up to 5th. I won it last year. I've won the work thing now for three times. This is the chip thing. So 12th man is where I can activate it and I can pick possibly a player that's got 2 games that I know for sure will play both games. Somebody like, Mbuemo would have been a brilliant player. He played in all the games, Cup and the Prem. So, last year I think I picked Joao Pedro or something when he was playing for Brighton. So you can have 12 players. So it's a mealy mouth chip. If you get anything between 10 and 20 euro, you're really happy. Max captain is just basically the 11 players I have here. I've shown you. Once I activate that, any player who scores the most points in that game week gets the double. So it's not fixed. Like Bruno's fixed now for me for next game week. But if I activate the chip, say if Ndiaye gets a hat trick and he scores the most points, the captaincy will move to him. So I think it's a lovely chip. It's the amazing chip. The goal bonus, everything. I think every goal your player scores will be worth 8 points. Now they're worth 6 points. So I'm not completely sure. I think last year it was 10 points. So they've chipped this in a bit now. So it's only 8. So it's only extra. So any of these 11 that play, Yeah, so it'll be 8 points. So and then you got the sub thing. So I got another four. So it's handy enough. I think the substitution thing is brilliant. That's brilliant. That's something that kind of gets rid of a little bit the having no bench and the frustration of like a Palmer now. And then oh right, I'll sort this out, and I got Saka in, and he done something anyway. So he will be out for a while. So that's the Sun Dream Team done. Unfortunately, the FPL Top Dogs draft didn't get going. We lost the whole. There's just no enthusiasm for it at all, really. And I was asking people to be the eighth, but they wouldn't, and they say they're in leagues already, and they're in two already, and it's hard to kind of. I'm not saying win the concentrate on the FPL Top Dogs draft league. Fuck it, just be in it and just allow me or somebody or whoever that will take that one. That's the only one that we would have been in, you see. We would have took it serious, but like it's just no reason not to be in another draft, like just to say, oh well, I'm in another few. It's just like that's me done with draft now for another year. The last year I was in it and I really enjoyed it until there was a changeover at Christmas and they had to enter some sort of weird code and I'm frustrated with this draft thing now. I'm so frustrated with it that unless you got a clique of friends or something and they're all draft heads and you all stick together and it's all cult, you're going nowhere with it because it's just impossible to get people to that aren't in it before or dabbled a bit of it. I mean, just to tune in and just to turn up for the draft. Or I'm getting sick of it now. Really, I'm done with it. Um, let's have a look. Price changes. Yeah, that would be good now to have a quick look at the price. Ekatike is the man. Everyone's getting him in. He's definitely going up tonight. Look at that, 108%. Anything over 100 is like a donating that or indicating that it's very likely to increase zero point 0.1. And the same with the minus figures as Mikalenko is minus 104 here. So he looks like he will go down tonight. Now, these aren't cast iron predictions. These are only predictions, but they're highly likely. There's like a good 95, 90% likelihood that this will, whatever they do. It's about like how many transfers are made hourly. So at the minute, every hour, Ekatike's per ownership is going up 2.13%, which is massive. So he should be jumping up. And the same with Timber now. Everyone's gone for Timber, but I'm not getting that. I'm just not going. I'm happy to get rid of the Arsenal lads now for the Liverpool, and the Liverpool are just got the momentum. That 3-2 win now last night. I didn't see any of it. Just no interest, no players, no nothing. I just was hope. I checked at half time, and then I got the message at full time, and there was only that Salah assist. So yeah, Salah's doing it at the end of the games now. It's very irritating and frustrating, and also it's putting his ownership under a lot of pressure because there's a lot of money tied up in him and Haaland. I just don't. I can't play FPL when I've got like two players like that worth 14 odd million, and if they don't perform, it really, I'd rather have a 5.5 reindeers or something, or a Richarlison. Have a bit of fun that way. I know they won't get the hatties and all that, but when they blank, it's like the whole world is over. If Richarlison blanks, or look at even Nielsen's blanked, you know, fine. I've got a good bench, and I'll bring somebody else in though. I will be getting I will get a Salah in at some stage. I might get Haaland in at some stage, but it's looking like about 6 or 7. We'll see what that wild card's look. But there's every game week there seems to be no clear defined run that anyone's having any sort of good run except for Forest and Chelsea players, and everyone else has all got these tricky, crazy, stupid sort of up and down form runs up until 7. I hear there's a rumor about 7 about when Arsenal's fixtures turn, and fair enough. And by then we'll definitely know who's the guys in. I'd have Gakpo is in there, and Saka's now, and it is he's getting even last season coming off here and there, and he was limping around. Like Saka's been, he's only 23, nearly 24, and he's been limping around for 3 years. It's all because Arteta won't take him off or manage his minutes. He's getting to the stage now. I don't know, but I think I won't be getting in Saka out wide out on the right. It's just frustrating, when you see that. Who's the other dude that does that all the time? That Isak is another one that comes off at halftime. You feel, twitch me left toe. And it's a frustration. You can't rely on these guys. So that's why Bruno's in a lot of teams, because you can rely on the fella when he well, that's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean? He has the minutes, he has the penalties, he's taking a corner, set pieces, he's dictating play, he can do a pass from deep. Okay, if he gets frustrated, he usually gets sent off in yellows, but he gets the defensive contributions. So we'll see anyway. Johnson, that's all the bloody knee jerking that goes on just because Johnson scored. Are you joking me? Yeah, I've knee jerked into Cunha, but I've seen something in Cunha. That take that he had from Bayender was just magic. It's magic. There's not many that could do that and have the imagination. It's just that it was missing the finish, but it's just unlucky. Gakpo's the man. He's absolute great value, and he should be going up. Cunha should be going up. Cash might be, but who cares? Van de Ven, great value. Love Van de Ven. I'll be playing him most weeks anyway. I'm happy I have him. Miklenkov, nah, I want Tarkovsky if I want anyone. Solanke, no. Rickardson's the man. Bowen's gone down already. Matoma should be going down soon. Ahmed should be going down soon. Areola, meh. Well, he should be starting soon enough now. That idiot that's in goal for West Ham, whatever his name is, whatever his name is, he should be nowhere near a professional football team. He should not be playing for Three Riva United, or who is the other? Truro, wherever Truro is in Scotland or whatever it is. Talk Sport were on about Truro for about 30 minutes. From 6 a.m. to 6:30, I had to turn it off. Jeff Stelling on about Truro, and it takes like about it's about 800 miles. Oh, it's the National League, and now I'm on about that. Delete everything I've got. Edit that out. But it's a frustration, it's complete. So that's the crack there. So Wilson, who wants him? Botman, Barry, Wissa. We'll keep an eye out if he's going to Newcastle. He'll be great value then. So let him go down as much as you want. I would be definitely looking at him. Defo, if he goes to Newcastle and as their new number 9, he will get chances. Now Gordon is out for 3 matches with that tackle, so Gordon will be going down soon enough. Altnori, it looks the way he could be going down. I know it's 91, but he could be. So yeah, Zerti, wham bam. Fine, he'll be going down soon enough. I have him. Saka will be going down. Look, he is just hemorrhaging there. He's predicted to go down by tomorrow, along with Wan-Bissaka and Xerxes and Zabalai. Grealish is very interesting. The 2 assists there. I think having Ndiaye is fine, but Grealish is very interesting at 6.5, and he will be going a couple of days. So I'll think about Grealish. I really will. But yeah, this is Isak will be going down again. 10.3. Who cares? Like Guardiola, who cares? He's going to be a centre back now. But Nori, what's happened to him? Did he came off, didn't he? There's something, maybe an injury issue with him. So maybe Guardiola will go into right back and Ake will stay where he is. But I think Pep is in big trouble. He's got his defence wrong. Something's gone wrong. There's a lot of characters there. Stones was not at it. He couldn't lift his legs around the pitch, chasing Papasar around the place. It was a joke seeing the two of them. Something. Pep is just. I think he's more cutthroat. then we are led to believe in the press and the way he handles players. And he's like black and white, black and white. You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out. And it's my word or the highway. Your word is the low way. You're out. It's like I can't believe half the stuff is going. Now Palmer seemed to be a mistake when he got rid of him, but now he's got that Oscar Bob, which looks amazing, and then now they're saying that's the reason why. But I still think it might have been a little bit of a mistake. Palmer would have done well, but now he hasn't scored an open goal, a goal from play, a play from open goal since January 2025, whatever, I don't know, since the World War. So who cares? Like Munez, very interesting. I think he did score against Forest. I think or did he assist? I think he assisted, did he? And Sarr scored, yeah, he assisted. So he's interesting. Now, didn't get the clean sheet, but you want Palace to pick up. So I love Munez. I want him in when I can. Definitely, I'd have him in a wild card. Joao Pedro has already made his increase, but people are still lumping on there. 1% an hour won't be enough to do anything. I think if we'll see now if the influencers get everybody wound up to do a free hit now. I hope so anyway, because they're free hitting into about 70% of my team, I think. So Ekatike, he's a forward in the game, unfortunately. I don't know what to do. He's scoring points. So this my whole philosophy this year was if you're scoring points, get him in. So I'm not going to take a -4 or whatever. I can't afford it, but I'll let him go. I have enough. And if just play verts and pray. Don't know, man. It's Arsenal. Best defense in the league. So that's where we are there. So keep an eye out for these guys who'll be going up. Ekatike, Timber, Johnson, Cunha, Gakpo, Cash, Van de Ven, very likely to be going up, and the rest here you can see could be going down. So let's have a look here. Have a quick look. Yeah, that's just the team. Yeah, I'll go with Cunha. And I'll find a way. I get Mbuemo in there. Yeah, excuse me. It's just one of them jobs. I don't know how long have I got here now. Let's have a quick look at the thing. I think I'm down to 18th now in the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. Yeah, after being on fourth for ages, but that was a bad blow. It's just wish I didn't play the free hit, but I couldn't let Arsenal and Leeds go and have no Arsenal. And it turned out when you think you want to control and rule the world and be as clever as hell, you're just a fool, God or the world just laughs in your face. Who do you think you are? So 325,000 for Jimmy Crean. So the Timber's the man. So there you go. So he's on it. He's on it. 24 points there. 70 all round. Joao Pedro, great start for James or Jimmy. Look, he's got his own mind, and you can't, he'll just do what he does. He's a bit of a unknown entity in how he picks his team, but he's on it this year. He's had a great start. So let's see. He's got in Saka for Salah, which kind of worked a bit anyway. That was like moot. What happened here? Palmer. So he got in Salah. I don't know what Jimmy's done there. It says here that he's got in Salah, possibly when he heard about Palmer on Friday night, and then he's made a split decision. Oh, I prefer to have Saka for Saturday against Leeds. So it's like you're gonna have to explain that. Come on here and explain what the hell you're doing, James. I can't work that one out. And it's a -4 as well. So Sniper Gilday, Sean Gilday off to a good start. Semenya and Wood. Okay, Wood was a chance. Eze won't be playing for a while. So it's good subs. And it was, going forward, those two will be really good. So it's a good move. And Sean knows what he's doing. He's a very crafty player. Saka, fair enough. So how did he manage to have both of them at the same time? Palmer went to Salah, and then Salah went to Saka. So he's been able to get both. That's, I just don't care. I can't. I'm getting a headache. Um, let's have a look. So Joao Pedro, so good stuff from Shawnee, and he's got a good bench, quality bench. Everything's scoring there. Unlucky without Nori, Ronaldo, fair enough. Went with the Sunderland. Don't worry, we are influenced in our own way, but I'm just saying that that was definitely what they're all at. So, and it's not a bad team going forward, and he got the penalty save as well against Forest. Oh, was it who in God's name was taking that again? Um, and why wasn't Wood taking it? I'm sure it was Forest 1-1, wasn't it? Was it Forest? Oh, that was against Palace. Brighton. Oh, so who the hell was God, this is terrible. Oh, it was bloody well back, wasn't he? And he missed a sitter as well. Yeah, apparently he was like 4 yards out and he still missed. Um, yeah, that was the other game. I was watching mainly the Forest game in Palace. There was two of them going on at the same time in the pub called the Temperance. It's a really good pub, but it's bloody pricey, 7.50 for a pale ale. Um, nah. But very well set up and a great football pub. And home or away, you're allowed in there. Most of the pubs around there, they're either away. I couldn't get into the away pub because they didn't have a ticket. You have to have a ticket for the game. So that's the crack. I love the look of Shawnee's team. He's got all his chips intact, and uh, he's got a bit of both. And he's got Saka for the next day. The two of them go head to head. We will have a except he's injured. He won't play, and so that we'll have to do something with Saka. Can't go into Palmer. He might just I'm not even going. There's no point second guessing. But uh, Darren Coyne, okay, off to a great start there as well. 65, good score. Gary Higgins, 61. Virgil Walsh, let's have a look at where he got in Reinders. I know I had Reinders and Haaland in my free hit. For most of the free hit, I was going to go with them two, and then last minute I decided to get value and go for who's the other dude? I had yeah, your man. Yeah, I went for Evan Nielsen, didn't I? And it didn't work out. And was the main reason I got Ollie Watkins in. So I decided to instead of Rangers or Reinders or whatever you call them, and Haaland, I went with anyway Ollie Watkins, and he just failed miserably. I just don't have anything to do with Villa and Morgan Rogers ever. Seriously done. Um, on Cunha, well, I had a good look at this. Okay, he 63, good score, all around bits and pieces. Joao Pedro's the man. Yeah, it's frustrating. I started with him and I have him still. So I have a free hit my guys out, and they banged on Cunha. Just goes to show like a free hit or wild card can be hit and miss. It can be the worst thing you've ever done, and then you go into this backward stupidity and timeline. Oh, and it's one of them. But it might be for the better sometimes when you've got no chips and you're more like clear headed and you make better decisions. I'm only copium. It's only copium. I'm just trying to cope at the minute. Yeah, good call, Owen. I'm glad I had a look at your team, Ekatike. Uh, so there you go, 18 points. Apparently his name is spelt the same backwards as it is forwards. Mad stuff. There's a word for that. Um, let's have a look here. So Owen, good stuff. Nice little team. You've got the goal with Sarr. Lovely fit. Um, Rangers and I think fair enough. And Mateta is a good shout, but he's not banged. Dylan Lyons, 63. Not good. So, well, it's good. It's very good. Don't get me wrong. Fine. No, all chips intact. Fair enough. And it's a good 63. So Salah, fair enough. Yeah, easy enough. And Joao and Ikitiki. So some good calls there already, but some issues that need to be addressed. Well, only Rodgers really. Reinders, I'm not too sure. We'll see. The new Gundogan apparently. 56 for Pa Kiley, okay, with the Salah captain. Semenyo for Duncan was a good brave call. Well, I think that was a good call, but it's just he did have chances. He had more than just that assist. It's frustrating. That 1-0 was very, very frustrating. Joao Pedro, yeah, good. Yeah, a lot of the teams are looking very similar anyway, but Duncan's has got a bit of difference in there because he likes his Haaland in there, doesn't he? Sean Plimiski's got off to a good start, 64. John C. Halpin in there at 64. Salah again, another Salah lad. Hughie Carney has done a better game week this week. 57. Adam Hickey, 59 overall. Joao Pedro. Wow, that was a good call. You got the 30 points, but then 33 from the rest of the team is a bit of a worry. So it's a good. There has to, well, it could be just one of them game weeks. You get through it. Kudos, okay, he's had a good start. I think he will do well. Who Spurs got? They got Bournemouth next at home, so you never know. There you go. He looks really great stuff down the right from what I saw against Burnley. And Jason Coyne there done well. Was 45. Could be better. Haaland was the man that done wrong. Connor Freely 117. Joe Braid, Jack Maloney on the 65. Joao Pedro, good call there. It could be simply that he was on his vice. I would say it's definitely his vice because he got 15 points. So Palmer going off, and that's just a good bit of luck for Jack there, and he deserved it anyway. It's good, It's he's backed Chelsea against West Ham, and it's come through big time. So good stuff, Xhaka. Well, my selection. So he does listen to me. I think Xhaka got the defensive contributions anyway. And yeah, the rest didn't bang massively. So that could be, a bit like himself, the other dude here. What was his name again? Yeah, well, that's a man down there, 18th, 113 meh. So just go through a bit more of these. Tommy Cunha, put down there, Niall Richardson. All these are fine scores anyway to be in striking distance. There's no point worrying about, where you were position wise in the ranks and all that. So it's just too early. I think you need to be worrying about game week 10 and 11 about your rank then. Because a lot of the influencers have been saying, don't worry until about game week 19 once all the chips are played. And then you start playing all the chips again. So when do you ever worry about your rank? Game week 30, we'll just wait till game week 38 until all the chips are played. Or that's the thing before, like without having, you only had the chips. Most people didn't play any chips by game week 19. It was apart from the wild card, because you'd lose it, or when you whatever. But this is totally different now. But I'm gonna keep worrying about the rank, But I know people will play free hits this week against, and they might do better than what the hell I did. I'm probably a -4 on what I was at. If I didn't go without it at all, but if that's the worst that can happen, then I'll take it. But Joey Neenan on 108, it's still fine. It hasn't banged yet for him here. Salas, look at this. That's the thing. I just don't want to go Haaland and Salah captaincy. I know everybody else is going to captain them, so I'm just going to go differential and away from it and hope that they don't go mad. And Haaland does his blank. He does his 5 touches a game. If he misses the 2 sitters, then he blanks. But then he could just score from the 5 touches. That's the worry about Haaland, and City will be hurt. And God, but Brighton away, they'll have a crack. The thing is, Brighton play football, so that could be a problem for them if they don't keep his stum at the back. So yeah, Vert. So Joey's yeah, Steve or Estive, whatever. Sounds like a perfume. Done well there. Rogers and Watkins, good standard pick. Um, but they're not turning all out that, and I have a funny feeling Joey won't want any of these, and he'll. I don't even think that he should even free hit at the moment. But Palmer's injured anyway. Um, Anderson is whatever. It was it Fulham who they got next. Fulham. Trying to think who they got next anyway. It won't be easy anyway. Whoever they have, Joao Pedro, Watkins. So I'm not sure about that team really. Form wise, there's a lot of duds like Watkins and Rogers and Anderson's iffy and Williams isn't. Forest defense haven't got off to a flyer now, but they still have good fixtures. So he's covering basically the cheap pick or the novelty pick, to save your point 0.5 over Milenkovic. Well, I want Milenkovic anyway. I don't care. I want the real thing. I want the real deal. Wirtz. So I'm happy to have Gakpo instead of Wirtz, but I have Wirtz myself. Pedro, Porro, but everyone but basically has Porro. So I'm not sure. Like Joey's gone for this template, and we'll have to see if it's going to win out. But it could be way far behind because as you see them, not many people have this sort of template. Have Joao, but sometimes you have a template that looks good on paper, but no matter what you do, it's not working, and you're gonna have to twist. And there's no Haaland here, okay, but Reinders is in there. It's a bit of everything I see in this until he figures out where he's truly going. There's not many. He's got 3 Chelsea, fair enough. Two Burnley, 1 Spurs, but soon enough we'll probably want them to be tripling up on 1 or 2, well, 2 or 3 teams the way things are going. If they're, so anyway, Stevie Nolan, 36. That's a bit of an ouch. Just have a quick look at this. Yeah, Haaland teams, yeah, they're suffered big time because you're not able to get across the board with the funds. And there's no Salah here, so he would have lost against the average there. But it's fine. Just have to figure out. I just don't want. That's just me anyway. And the Bruno thing was a bummer. That wasn't going to make or break the week. Even if he scored the peno. So we'll have to see. Steve, you have to work that one out and just have a quick look through. I suppose what did Jack Carney do? Bowen for Wood and Verts to Rogers. I think, of course, Rogers is good value. I think he will go down in price if he hasn't already. I think Villa should have done something against Brentford. They still have good fixtures coming up, so I mean, it's a bit like Verts. You're writing off these guys because they haven't banged the first 2 games. But it's such a fickle game. Virgil, a bit meh. I don't want any of the Liverpool defence at the moment. Rice is boring pick, you know yourself. If I'm going to have any Arsenal, it's going to be Gabriel or Timbers, but definitely Gyökeres. A lot of people are saying Gyökeres, whatever. But I heard is Gyökeres. Would like this. So I like this. I like Jack Harney's sort of teams and his thinking. It's always interesting, and that little heaven in the bench. I love that. I love his thinking of heaven, man. Unfortunately, I'm always thinking of hell. So good on you, Eze. Yeah, he's ready to go. Great guns. He'll be made. That's. I've seen this now. I'm thinking about Eze. Thanks, Ja, for the tip, man. Marmouche is just a joke, a complete joke. Look at this Grealish pick, lovely. This is the reason why someone like a Jack Carney will win FPL Top Dogs or Christy Nick or do well. They just think, and he's got Joao as well. Jesus, like it's brilliant stuff. Um, he didn't have Palmer, so he's captained Joao purely, and not like with the dancer with the vice thing. He's gone all in and Joao. It's a great call, so I'm happy I just saw that. It's a lovely 66 for Jazz. So good on you, and it's got you back in the game. And wherever you are, even all the way down here, it doesn't matter. A few good game weeks and you're going to be fine. It's too early to go worrying too much about rank. So here, Lee Chambers from work. So a quick look. Yeah, Katika is a good call, 43, but he won't be. He's not happy with that. Yeah, Bowen is letting them down. He's a big hammer. The West Ham thing is just not banged. And he's got the three West Ham as well. A bit of that Newcastle, suppose that was the defensive bonus there. Or was that an assist? Who knows? Probably defensive bonus of 2 points. So that's the crack. Ruben. I think I wonder who this Ruben again is. It could be that guy invited in the one. He's a vocalist drummer, lead vocalist drummer in the band and the Sunset Burns, who I've seen it 2 or 3 times here in Camden. So yeah, I think that's the same Ruben. Yeah, I think it is. And I'm glad to have him in the league. So that's just to let you know who this guy is, Shiver Me Timbers. Um, yeah, he's a good guy and he's a musician. So happy to have him in the league. 56, good old round score. In with Mano for Xhaka, good call. He got his defensive contribution there because maybe Palmer had to get subbed off. But Grealish, another Grealish team, and still got a 56. Although Haaland done nothing. But the Arsenal thing, yeah. So he went with the Arsenal from the start. So yeah, he might be a gooner this Ruben. Shiver Me Timbers is playing the Timbers. Would have been lovely now if you had Timbers in there, wouldn't it? That massive score. So Timbers could be the new decoy dude now, and Gabriel could be all sort of double bluff. Arsenal are only scoring from corners, so I think Timbers is viable to get in now. He could be the new Gabriel, or he's doing the Gabriel better. Owen Rowe, 48. I've got to go now soon. 65, Sebastian Lahansky. 64, Quick Mick, a few more down here. The Mave is down here, 46, 102. It's fine. Was it 30? Let's look, it's 35 off, which is, it's 35 points now. It mightn't be as difficult to claw back, but we'll have to see with all these chips. Forgot to mention something. The star man here has got off to a good start, but he got in Joao Pedro. Well done, Starman. That saved the game week there, 55. Good thinking there. Good call. Yeah, the eye test was always going to lead you towards Joao, but still, in game week 2, all you had to go up was the Pedro blank. And then you have the likes of Jack Carney captaining them against West Ham off the blank and coming off early enough. And it's a great call. The more I think about it. So these guys are willing to trust their gut, and their gut is winning. So good call from the Starman there. Just have a quick look there, but the Maeve's down here. Pat Caulfield's down here. A few of Josh Webb is down here, 30. That's an ouch score. So this is really ouch territory. So it's a bad start for these dudes down here. Keith Robinson, Will Nestor's off to a bad start. He's done a wild card, is he? WC. I'll have to have a look at the wild card because that's important. Going forward with Liverpool and Arsenal, there are plenty of Liverpool and Arsenal playing against each other. Saliba, Salah, Gakpo. Okay, fair enough. Sesko's a punt, but I was never going to get in Sesko because he didn't start the first game and he came off as a sub and he's going to take a while getting his bearings. And these two Muppets, Evan Nielsen and Wood, but they're going to do that, aren't they? That's why they're not 14 million. They won't do it every week like Salah does it every week. The Jeremy Duffy's there, Mark Byrne, Jerry Freely. So that's basically the Christie there. Dave McNamara he's been getting off to bad starts. Frimpon's injured, he got in Richards as a bit of a sideways move. But he does get off to bad starts, but then he really comes going quick. He does get into a rhythm, slow and then builds up and then flying. The Crumpet Carney, off to a mess start this year. Game week 1 killed him a bit. Plenty of time to make up. Marmouche Verts is the same to the two worst players in the game at the moment, apart from, I don't know, I can't think of anyone worse than them two at the minute. So if that's a sideways. Watkins is completely stinks the place out, man. Evan Eastland's another one. And there you go. So fair enough. And that's it. So we got 84 in. And that's the crack there with that. So before I go, I'll leave this to the end anyway. Yeah, just a quick look at the old pictures of the other day. Oh. Yeah, this is the Fulham game. So that's the cottager. What's it called again? Fulham Craven Cottage. I walk down. Yeah, I got the programs, 2 programs. This was the queue here for the buses arriving. You can see here, and so obviously I was a bit late to the party, so I was in 5 or 6 rows back, and I just couldn't get anywhere near the players. But the only one I saw that was signing was himself. We'll see if you notice anyway. You will notice him straight away. That's the fixture United. So I'm planning to kind of go to all the away games down to London that United are at. That's the Fulham bus arriving, I think. I have a bit of footage here, but I'm not going to go all the way into it. No, I guess that's the footage itself. We'll just that's so that's Raul Jimenez. He stopped, and I don't think anyone else stopped as they were going in. Normally, the players just have the headphones on and go straight in, but Joao came out. So yeah, managed to squeak something there anyway. This is the United team bus coming. And now the thing is, all the players from United just went straight in. If there was even a look, I don't know, but they were just more concentrated in the. I think did anyone go out at all signing from United? No, I don't think so. There might have been, but who knows? Fulham. That's just some more pictures. This dude going. I was on my way going back to the Temperance Pub. These guys, the Staley Bridge guys. Yeah, and it was all going so well. Yeah, it was all going. And then I was recording the footage there, and obviously he missed the bloody goal. I'm not going to show it. Yeah, so this is the Man United team bus now, and so I was well in, pretty close, just like only the kiddies were in front, because what happens is if you're at the front barrier, the parents at the back, or when they're coming out of the game, they'll send their children to worm the way up to your barrier, so you have no choice but to let them in. So you let them in, and there's that's just the way it works. Let the kiddies get in there. They just need to have, but I don't give a monkeys. I wanted to do and get some stuff. I want to get a program that's John. That's not her. I say it's John, but Matthias Delit. number 4 for United. So he came out. He's one of the first. I think it was Tom Heaton was the first one that came out. They say he always gives signatures anyway. So I got his anyway. Got John the Litz. There's a few more pictures there of John there signing. That's a nice picture at least. But yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, plenty of pictures. And now Ruben came out. Ruben Amorim was one of the last ones to come out. Bruno at this stage just had a good look. He kind of had a sad face and kind of an eye expression of what can you do, and he just went back into the coach straight away. Mainu just walked straight in, didn't come over. Cunha had a little look over where we were, shrugged his shoulders and went in. The United players weren't particularly, I'd say they're pretty down, to be honest with you. Yeah, the crowd tried to get Mason Mount over. They're cheering his name. But he still chose to go in, and it was a shame because half the people there were shouting for their massive Mount fans. And Mbumo had a look, but did the same thing, didn't come over. Who else? Yeah, Ahmad is another one. He just kind of went straight in. He didn't, they have a little look, but then they just ignore and go. A lot of them just, But Ruben came out, we're shouting, roaring his name, and fair play, like a win, lose or draw. He's just see the kid here's got a better picture. I could blow that one up there and see, but it's just fair play to Ruben. It's just I do believe in the dude, and I believe in what he's trying to do, and I think we're going to get there. Defo taking selfies there. I think he got to one stage he took somebody's phone to sign the back of the phone and bits and pieces, and people bring photos in of them and all that, and he'd sign them there. He took a selfie there. Yeah, that's what I got there. I got Tom Heaton's over here. I don't know but that's Ruben Amorim's here, and this one down here is John the Litz. So I got something, and also on the way after that, I was walking back, and then I managed to bump into Calvin Bassey, and one of his friends or relatives said, "Are you Fulham fan?" I wasn't wearing United or I was wearing plain clothes, but my man and best friend, Royal Albert Hall, manager, he's a big Fulham fan, so he signed it anyway. So fair play. So that will be going to the manager. Nicholas, the big Fulham fan, he loved that. So that's just something you can do, And that was the night out. After a Craven Cottage, I went out partying, and that's where we're going to leave the review. And thanks very much for having a gawk and a look. And yeah, it's just great to have it done now, and we'll have another slow. Well, it's actually Tuesday now already, and it's before we'll have the Carabao Cup baloney going on. We'll get more info, and then we'll have another game week. That will be game week 3, 4, and then we'll have the international break. So all good here. That's the best we can do. So best of luck with your teams anyway going forward. And that's the guru out. Thanks for joining us, guys. Give us a like and subscribe, and look after yourself, folks. If you can't be good, be careful, and look after yourself, guys. Guru out.